Hey guys, it's Jim here, and today I'm actually going to be going over some music theory basics. I'm going to be moving out of California in the very near future, and one of my friends who's really kind of like at that wall where he's going to make a breakthrough as a player, doesn't know anything about theory, and whenever he's sending me clips, he kind of sends them to me thinking, you know, I know this sounds like something and I'm not sure why it sounds exactly like it, and establishing that a lot of songs do sound really similar. And I'm trying to explain different voicings to him. So I'm going to use this video to try and do the same thing. We're going to take an E major triad, we're going to break it down, what it is, and we're going to learn different areas on the fretboard in which we can play it, and that'll kind of spice up our playing. Now, if you don't know a ton of theory, a good place to start here is to memorize at least the top string, the E, and the bottom string, the other E, and where everything is. So E, F, F sharp, G, and so on and so forth, all the way up and down the neck. So what you can do then, once you understand these basic little principles, you simply just find different spots where the same note is, and you can build the same chord. Alright, so for this brief kind of lesson here, I'm just going to show you an E. Now first we got to determine what notes are inside of the E and how the chord is made. Basically an E is just a triad of B, E, and G sharp. Now you might be thinking, you strum all the strings, and then, you know, that makes the E chord, so what does it make the other notes? Well, the top string's open, that's also an E. The other strings that are open are a B and another E. So it's all notes in the same exact chord. That's why it sounds so big, too. Now what we want to do basically here is, we want to play the notes in different spaces. That'll give it a different kind of tonality to it. So, we'll start with the E here. We could play a B here, then a G sharp here. That's the three notes of an E major triad, so. It's a little bit different, but it's the same exact thing as this. Right? That can add a little something, and then you can kind of go to different places. Now, say we want to remove the E from here. We can have the same B here, the same G sharp here. This is also an E, the 5th fret on the B string. So that right there is another form of E. So now that we know this is also an E, if we move the G sharp off of the high E string and then mute it, and we put that same note here instead, this is also a G sharp. Because here, 1, 2, 3, 4, G sharp, the octave of that on D string is position 6. So we can go 1, then the B, then the E. Another way to play E. So let's build that chord another way. So we have our G sharp here. Let's octave that to the B string, 9th fret. Okay? And now if you have memorized your way all the way up down here, you would go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. So that's our second note. We can octave it here, the 9th fret on the D string. So now we have 2 of the 3 notes. All we need is one more to make an E major triad. So we know this is an open E, and the 7th fret here on the B string, on the A string, is also an E. Octave that to the 9th, and that's it. And that's that. Now obviously this technique and this tactic of breaking down chords if you don't know theory can be tedious and can be time consuming at first. However, once you get used to doing it, your knowledge of the fretboard is going to grow, and it's going to take less and less time to recall what notes are where on each string. So therefore, even if you start getting into like really technical chords, like jazz chords and the like, and altered chords and just really fun stuff, you can break them down entirely using this method and put them anywhere you want on the fretboard. Another reason that this is really helpful is it kind of will take you out of a typical position that you would normally play chords in, so that once you're writing lead lines, you might be in different territory, so something new might come out of it. And I know this was a really basic lesson, However, a lot of people really don't know anything about theory. They could be great players and, they just never taken the time to actually break down where things are. And you can never have too much knowledge. I'm always working on my theory as well. And this is a good place to start. So if you like what I'm doing, leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know kind of where you're at in your theory. Are you like really strong? Do you know nothing about it? Or are you kind of in the middle and trying to figure things out as you go along? And don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me a lot when you do that. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, let me know too. We can kind of really go down this path. There's just so many other places on YouTube for it. Didn't know if you'd be interested. However, that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Until then, take care and have a good night.